Walk us through kind of the thinking here and how you see this coming to life at Indigo.
So one of the most important things that drove us in this direction was just realizing that people are forced into more square footage than they need for retail spaces. That it's very hard to find a space under 1,200 square feet, and in a lot of markets, even under 2,000 is difficult to find. And there are so many businesses that could be very successful in fewer square feet, and if they're paying less for that space, then financially they can be even more successful, and they don't have to feel that constant churn of like, I got to grow, I got to grow, I got to grow. It could just be, hey, this is working for me. This is comfortable for me. Maybe I don't want to have employees. And so I don't need a bunch of space. I just want to hone my craft and do that. And this is we think of it as like the European, model, right? Where you would have these small little cheese shops in France or whatever. And it feels so far away and impossible here. And part of the reason why is that we have retail for lease, and they're big spaces, and those leases can be pretty extractive. If you have a lot of people coming in and out of your doors, your landlord's going to assume you're successful, and I guarantee you, when your 5-year note comes up, you're going to get that raised. And we've had restaurant friends whose rent has doubled at renewal. And so just talk about killing a business and extracting all the value out of it. That restaurant now has to leave, which is a huge hit to them. So here in this space, we said, let's start with a smaller module. So 20 feet of storefront, 40 feet deep. So each of these units is 20 by 40 in this image that you're looking at right here. And then we have multiple floors. So, bottom floor, we're requiring everything has to be active retail, so that it could be a service business, but it has to be one that's very active and that anybody could just drop in to check out and see what services you have. So we really want the mom and pops, the small businesses, some of it to be fun, unique stuff, but also some of it to just be like, I have to buy this, I have to buy paper goods. And so there's a store here that, they sell some cool stationery and cardstock, but they also just have printer paper for sale. And so finding, a space that fits those. So this one here, you're showing retail on the bottom floor, and then maybe you just have your own offices for your retail business on the second floor. Maybe it's storage. So this is our kind of smallest and simplest module. Here you have retail, but now you have an apartment, like a flat above it. And again, you're owning everything vertically here. These are fee simple, sold buildings. It's not condoized. There's actually a 2-inch air gap between each of these buildings. And so you're owning these two. So you could live in the apartment above, or you could lease it out to someone else and have income from it. And in fact, we have, there's a great story. One of our consultants, Monty Anderson, who really kind of charged us with this idea. He's got a shop in Midlothian, Texas, where there was a family that wanted to start a donut shop. So they sold their home and bought a space like this that was mixed use, lived upstairs, started the business. After the business was successful and cash flowing, they then went and used that income to buy a new home and then leased out the apartment in their building. And so I think, there's like really powerful narratives for small businesses. I mean, why do we have good home ownership rates in the US? Because we have 30-year mortgages that make that monthly payment, lower. And we have FHA guarantees that allow us to get there. Well, the same thing here on the financing side, we wanted to deal with it. So the SBA offers a 25-year note for properties like this. And so we wanted to do it in a fashion that fit. So if you want to run through the others here, I can hit them real quick too. So some of these we go to 3-story, and maybe you do retail, office, residential. We also have options where maybe you have 2 stacked flats above, or even where you have a 2-story townhome. So you could have a 700 square foot retail space and then a 1,400 square foot townhome above. We think that'll be a popular one. This is it. That may be it there. But that's one of the ones we think will be popular. And then here it is. It's this one, actually. And then I think the final options are showing you like the 20 by 40 is just a module. We may have some businesses who do want more square footage than 700. So this shows you an option where you could have a 1,400 square foot retail space on the bottom floor and maybe even 3 apartments on the second floor.